Sag, welcome to your reading. This week's theme is the monthly overview as it concerns itself with March. So let's take a look at March for you. What's going on, please, for Sagittarius? What's going on? Show me Sagittarius in March. Show me Sagittarius in March. What's going on, please, for Sag? Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if more than one energy pops up on this board today, then you reverse those energies as you see fit. These are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate. Normal. Check your other placements. What's going on, please? Show me. All right. What's going on, please, for Sagittarius? Show me Sag in March. Show me Sagittarius, please, in March. What's going on, please, for Sagittarius in March? Let's do one more. Show me Sagittarius in March. Okay. What's up? What's going on? Okay, the moon, Ten of Swords, okay, the Hierophant, you're like, I'm committed to understanding this, it's going to hurt though, entering the month, okay, Page of Wands, Two of Pentacles, the Lovers, what to do, with, if anything, with a lover's connection, what do I do, do I open up towards it, what do I do, Christina, tell me what you're going to do. I can only really kind of confirm it, maybe give some advice as I see it constructively as I go along. But ultimately, what you do is up to you. Let's keep going on. So let's see that Four of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the World. We want the unhappiness to come to an end. That's what you do know. Good. You just told me the solution in some way, whatever it means to you. You got the Four of Cups, and if you've ever been in the Four of Cups long enough, you can either stay there, just keep on feeling the same sad, low feeling, or you can do something about it. You're saying, I'd rather do something about it. Knight of Swords, I'm going to take action towards this. The World, you either are going to actively overhaul your emotions in some way that makes sense to you and you're going to cycle it out, or you're determined to open up something. But either way, you're going to do something. But you're just like, I'm tired of taking actions that don't make me feel good. I want to do something about it, right? The apathy is not working. So it's interesting, I got a very similar vibe with Leo. Don't get me wrong, they immediately showed me kicking off March about priorities and how it helped them feel good and strong and back on board with themselves, and that allowed them to do some moon work. And you're showing me something in that respect of, I got to look at this. You're both showing me that I have to do this in March, the both of you. So I'm going to tell you what I told them. March might be critical for some of you, representing time past. You're in a safe space now. You can look back on something. You can deal with it now, perhaps for reasons I don't understand why you couldn't before. You're giving me that same darned impression. Your readings won't be exactly the same, but if you have Leo in your chart by chance, check theirs out. Okay, and I promise you, they showed me the moon and other things with a different tag. So, all right, the moon, Ten of Swords, the Hierophant. It looks like we're going to go ahead and take a crack at all these today. I may skip some that are pretty straightforward. Like that Page of Wands there is pretty straightforward. But we're going to start here with the moon. Ten of Swords, the Hierophant, with that kind of energy, you would have to be committed to understanding it. So the Hierophant represents commitment, okay? Not just relationship energy, guys. Anything that we say yes or no to, and we stand by it, right? And the Hierophant's authorizing some pretty big energies, like this is going to suck, but I need to understand it. So let's see what it is that sucks here that you're trying to understand. But you are trying to get this sorted, whatever it is. So good on you, honey. Good on you. Let's see that moon. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. Show me that moon, please, for Sag. Show me that moon, please, for Sag. Okay. Page of Cups. The moon for the moon. Oh, my. Yeah, the Hierophant. Oh, boy. Well, you might have some really FYI interesting Pisces and or Taurus in your chart. Wow, that's highly concentrated. Ooh, that Hierophant's in there. He's in there and he's poking around, man. Seriously. Wow. Wow. We're trying to open our heart space, and it's taking you is hella still a term? Hella? Not the actual swear word, but the expression hella. Is that still a term? Hella? You are hella dedicated to understanding some really deep hidden emotions. I am not trying to laugh at you. The seriousness of your energy is such as that it's the commitment to understand buried feelings is really strong in you in March. And I don't know where that's coming from, but let's take a look at that Ten of Swords and it might tell me. Pain, ending, you name it. But to see him so engaged like that, the Hierophant, on uncomfortable subjects is not usual. It's really not. There's a commitment here in understanding things that we don't understand. Because that's the thing, that's the catch-22 of the Hierophant. He has to enforce and stand by things whether he wrote the rule book or not. Okay, that's why he's a permissions guy. He's more inclined to say no than he is to say yes. So to see him activate the moon suggests he's open to the unknown. I don't know everything, and I understand that. So I'm going to poke around in the moon until I figure it out, and I'm committed to that. Because typically he's like, I enforce what I know, not what I don't. I don't have time for the unknown. That's his downside. All cards have pros and cons, okay? So let's take a look at that Ten of Swords. Let's see that Ten of Swords. To see the Hierophant be like, okay, I admit that I don't know everything. That's wild. Let's see that Ten of Swords. Let's see that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Page of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. Oh. There's a strong admission in here that whatever our foundation is, we understand now that we kept a small eye on it with the Page of Swords. Come to find out, we're not very happy with our foundation. Actually, our foundation is quite disappointing, painful, maybe laborious, all those things. The foundation often requires a great deal of work, and that's normal. How you feel about it has been a mystery to you. You didn't realize that your feelings for it were so small. You just kind of assumed your whole heart was in the foundation, and come to find out, that's one of the reasons why you're showing me high levels of dissatisfaction. Because your heart's not in it, and you're starting to see that. More to the point, you're starting to feel it, and that's an uncomfortable truth for you. It's something that you probably assumed because it's my foundation, it's mine to love. Okay? It kind of depends on how it was built and who helped build it with you and what did it mean to you both or just you, if it was just on your own back, that kind of thing. But yeah, when you take a look at your foundation, you say it's painful. It's not what you thought it would be. You assumed your heart would be in it if it was built. You can't find your heart in it. And this is something we've had very little insight on until recently. You really want to understand, you don't want to just take your foundation for granted that it's supposed to be your end-all be-all in terms of fulfillment and love of yourself. It's saying you got to stop taking that for granted. You just assumed, right, if it was built. Like if you build it, they will come. Except it was your heart space. If I build it, I will love it, right? You're starting to see that wasn't necessarily the case. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that there are very strong elements of you in your foundation. Guys, that's the tree of life. It's the roots that touch many, many things. It's never just our home or our personal finances. It's our resources. It's our community. It's our family and friends. Not, beyond the heart space is how they show up in reality. What we have come to contribute to ourselves personally and how it gives back to us, it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So it can include, career, your personal home and finances, but it goes well beyond that. Community, resources, function, time, energy, effort, over a legacy, over a lifetime. And, a lot of people think if I can just get it built, I can love it and I can love myself. Again, that's not always the case. I want to see Hierophant, what he's catching up to now that you're poking and prodding the moon. You're doing some really intense work here. It's not the most comfortable if you've ever done deep diving with the moon, such as you are suggesting, with the moon twice and everything, and the dedication to understanding the unknown and not taking things for granted and not assuming. It can be uncomfortable. Absolutely. But I really like your dedication to spirit and understanding. But the biggest thing you want to know When I look at my foundation, difficulty aside, the disappointment, that is not what I thought it would be. Put that aside. You're asking, can I legitimately find my heart in it? Which means, can I find myself in it? Right? Hierophant, 4 swords, resting on this. What is happiness? The 3 of swords. So you have an idea of what happiness is, but you're starting to realize it doesn't necessarily apply to this situation. So you want to be happy. This you know. And you have a very strong idea of what happiness feels like. 4 swords. You've rested on this. You're not stupid. You're saying you want to commit to stronger forms of happiness, but that also means making room for the fact that what you have isn't necessarily the best source for it. You just assumed you'd be happy in your foundation. You just assumed you would have love in that foundation, right? And it's like, no, it kind of begins with me, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, we need more rest on this particular subject, particularly as you relate to the very spaces you created. I agree. In other words, this will not be a quick solution. This still requires more insight, and I see you really looking at this at the start of March. Now, let's jump on over here. This is in place, and this is going to take time, guys. This is not a... We're talking about foundation stuff that was already set in place a long time ago. What you will discover in terms of happiness and how to get your version of happiness better infused into your everyday life, that's something that you need to continue to work and build those bridges between. In other words, find your heart in there, right? And how do you do that? Find your happiness in your foundation. How do you do that? Right? That's a serious thing when we realize our foundation's not chalked up to what we thought it would be. You know, it's kind of, people say this in various forms all the time. You know, marriage isn't what I thought it would be. Having kids is not what I thought it would be, etc. This job, this career isn't what I thought it would be. And that's what that looks like, except I'm using the very blanket term foundation. Okay? So however it applies to you. But you're right. When you turn around and look at these things, you should be able to feel your heart, not question its absence. You should be able to look at what you've built with pride and not say, how come I can't find myself in it? You should be able to look towards what you've built and say, this makes me happy, and never question it. So how are you going to bridge these things? What you have in place versus what you're not feeling, and get more of it. That's going to take time. Okay? It needs more rest. And I think you're going to find that for yourself in time. Let's jump on over a little further into March. This question about that lover, though. What do I do with that? Okay, let's take a look. Page of Wands, curiosity, little guy, a little bit of interest. It's kind of like a soft hello, but like an excited hello, hi, like that. Okay, we're going to skip him. Pretty straightforward. Let's go over that Two of Pentacles. What's this about with your lover? Okay. Show me that Two of Pentacles, please. Show me that Two of Pentacles. 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 Mm-hmm. The Magician. Strength. Queen of Wands. Well, you want to do something, by golly, because this Two of Pentacles gig isn't working for you. It's not. You actually have some beautiful natural components in you. There's your natural state of grace as the Queen of Wands. Strength. I know you have pride. You have passion. You have something in you that feels like a dream that you would love to summon forward as the Magician. You want a solution. And the more you try to manifest a solution, guess what? You start to feel better with a stronger sense of focus, right? Your foundation aside, that seems to be very practical in nature and very strong questions about your everyday environment. I understand. And then how does it relate back to you as an individual and what you feel and experience? I got you. This is more indicative to a natural flow state that you would like to share with someone else. It's very specific. And I got news for you, honey. I don't know if you know it, but you are manifesting an answer to what do I do with that person? Because not gonna lie, it kind of attracts me and compels me and brings out some really natural good stuff in me and makes me feel super strong. So you're manifesting a solution. It could be as small as a page. Okay. But let's jump on over to that lover and say, what What's up with that? I know how you would react towards it, and part of you would like to really find yourself in it, not just manifest it or summon it, but really find yourself in it, because it does light you up naturally, and it just puts a beautiful glow on you that's already inherent in you. You know what I'm saying? It provokes those natural qualities in you. Okay. And I believe you. It makes you feel strong, vibrant. And no doubt it's attracted to you too. So let's take, well, lovers, you know. Usually there is some sense of shared desired state between the two. I mean, lovers, you know. Let's take a look. Let's jump on over there. Some of the lovers, please. Some of the lovers, some of the lovers, some of the lovers, some of the lovers. Some of the lovers, please. Some of the lovers, some of the lovers. Let's do one more. Some of the lovers, please. Five of Cups, Three of Wands, Six of Cups. Oh, God. We feel disconnected from our soul bond. We feel Six of Cups of the lovers. It's literally saying the same thing twice, but, you know, stronger. And it feels like this is the one that got away, you know. And we don't want them to get away. Five of Cups, there's some history here. Yeah, I mean, you know. Five of Cups is echo of the past, but it's showing up for you in March. So I know it still affects you both. Again, lovers is 2. Six of Cups, yeah, so it's more than just a soul bond, guys. If you believe in this, it's up to you. It's free will. You don't have to believe anything. I can just tell you from experience, it kind of goes beyond soul bond and goes into kind of like the soulmate category. But a very significant marker in your life. So not only do we have very shared memories with this person, we have shared pain with them too. And it's coming across, as regret and loss and the one that got away, and if things were different, or if I had made different decisions, or if they had made different decisions. And it's all in there. It's all in there. 5 and 6. And you both share it in some way, energetically, bare minimum. Your question here at the Two of Pentacles is, can I bring it back into reality though? Riddle me that, Christina. Well, the solution comes from you, not me. Okay? What we're going to do with that, I don't know. There's a delay period as we sort this out. I just know how you react to it. The idea of you openly manifesting it, even if it was enough to drop a page, makes you feel very much alive. That kind of tells me it's your most authentic self of feeling what it is you would do. Okay? When you deploy it, if you deploy it, or if they deploy it, whoever deploys it, I see it falling under your Two of Pentacles. But whoever deploys it, you'll both feel it. It's almost like it was time carried us in this direction. It was a matter of time. Let me put it this way. If one of you dropped a page, no matter how small, okay, you would both feel it in the moment of recognition. That's how strong that is, you know. People ask me all the time, do you believe in soulmates? Absolutely. There's never just the one. We will have many soul something in our lives, part of our soul tribe. Okay, strongest forms of lessons, and typically a reflection of our weaknesses as well as our strengths. Okay. Do I believe in soulmates? Absolutely. Oh yeah. Whenever you feel the strength of one or the pull of one, you know, or you should do. Not everybody catches up to it right away. Sometimes we need time or separation to understand what something was after the fact, etc. But eventually you feel it. Okay. This is absolutely 1,000% one of those. So not only do you have memories of the past, there's also disappointment that ties the two of you. It's like, gosh, why can't we ever work this shit out? Why can't we ever match up in the same place at the same time and choose each other at why? Why? I don't know. Typically, we have to earn it. These things come with substantial price tags, and you know, it's like you want the best, you got to pay for it. That means making hard decisions. That means leaning into your strengths and trying to understand your fears, not just for one person, to both of you. And that requires a lot of work. it's no easy thing. Just as easily as you can fall into it, you can just as easily fall out of it for those reasons, because it's equally strong on both sides. The happiness and the joy and the desire to choose it with met force of I got to reject it and deny it, because it brings out our best and it brings out our worst. So all that to say, honey, when you know more, I'll know more. I'm sorry, but that's how it is. Right now, this is suspended, but I do see you edging closer and closer to a marked decision. Okay? Like I said, could be as small as a page, and the way you're manifesting, eventually you're going to drop that Two of Pentacles and decide on one course of action. There's what you're open. Just be aware that you're manifesting. It speaks to your natural energy, whatever this is, and not whatever it is you tell yourself mentally. Understand? This is our authentic self that wants this very much. But our real world selves can often be doing other things. Okay? But as far as I can tell, this connection is on standby until someone chooses to open towards it. Okay? But it's there. I tell you honey, my job is to tell you what's there, not what isn't. That's it. It affects you both to this day. Absolutely. And for some reason, March is provoking a lot of memory for you when it comes to this. And it's also provoking a great deal of what you might call strong reality checks over here as well. Okay, let's zip on down there. Take a look at that Four of Cups for you. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups, please. Show me that Four of Cups, please. Show me that Four of Cups. Show me that Four of Cups. Seven of Pentacles, the Fool. There it is, that growing energy there with the Hermit. It's growing. It's growing. I see you with the Four of Cups since March. Emotional lethargy, detachment, apathy maybe. Being dissatisfied with what you're feeling and also what you're not receiving. And there's a growing feeling, so it doesn't happen overnight. This is something that's been growing up inside you and building to do something, as I said. And you're going to reach pinnacle in mid-March to late March. You will be doing something, and I don't know what it is. But the point is that I'm on board with it because you're on board with it because you're consolidated towards this action, the Hermit. So here we have Four of Cups, lack of emotional growth, and overall unhappiness. It goes like this. It has nowhere to go. Nothing breaks it up. A steady, growing feeling that took time. Like I said, this is where I feel the similarity between yours and Leo's, is that for some reason March to March is important for you. The Fool. Blast of natural energy to get up and do something with the newness attached to it. However, the Hermit is showing rank here with wisdom and experience behind you. So like I said, whatever it is you do decide, I trust you, between your natural appreciation for experience and trying to honor what you actually authentically feel, somewhere in here is a solution. I just know that you're feeling a lot better. Okay? And much more decided upon a course of action. You're getting on Team Sag. You're getting in alignment with you about what to do. Okay? One moment. Early spring means early pollen. All right, let's see that Knight of Swords. Some of that. Ooh. Judgment. We had to make some really strong lessons about that moon. Okay. About getting confrontational with it, as I saw your Hierophant doing over here. Which again, to see that level of dedication for that guy to be like, I need to understand the unknown, because he typically is like, I accept what's already known. That's what the rule book is. That's why he's a spiritual enforcer. Commitment. This is the rule book. I got to stand up for it. So to see him be like, no, I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to understand the unknown. Now that's interesting. Let's see that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords. Show me that Knight of Swords, please. I like how you are getting on board with you. Like I said, Team Sads. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. There it is again, Strength. So we have some interesting Leo in your chart. Justice. 3 of Pentacles. You're talking about cooperative effort. There's something here in your Strength category, which I said in Strength, but manifesting, I want to do something because it makes me feel good, but I'm not sure. Okay. It's showing up for you in the future as consolidated action. Like I said, Team Sag, you're getting on board with you. You're getting out of the apathy and the emotional disconnectivity. You're going to do something. I see you taking action because you're saying bare minimum. I can reset the scales here. I can make this right, justified, or justice. There is a strong sense, strength, as I believe it relates back to the situation here with the Lovers. We're going to be taking action towards this because it feels right. 3 of Pentacles. I'm not saying this is friendship. I'm saying it is cooperative effort because it feels correct. I don't know what that cooperative effort is. But the idea is I can make it right. And I feel that I can. Strength. Justice. 3 of Pentacles. I like that. I do. It can be balanced. And with a little bit of cooperation, a little bit of workability, you know, you're leaving emotional enthusiasm out of it, I believe, and that sense of correctness as approach. I understand. It's very common. It is. Especially if there's a distance between you two, and it's been that way for some time. Starting out with some strong, well-intended technicalities is a very common approach. But so long as it's correct, then it's correct. I'm not going to argue with it. It's here. You're not doing anything foolish. You're very experienced. And you have this very strong quality in you that says, I can take part in this. And I can balance it. Maybe even fix it a little bit. I won't get myself emotionally caught up in it. But I trust myself to reapproach this. All I want is for people to figure out what's right for them. You're saying this is right for you. And that's all I care about. Is people do what's in their best interest so they can leave conflict behind. We can't guarantee the other side that that's true for anything in life. Okay? I see your approach to this and I'm on board with it because you are. You're saying it feels right to you. So this whole, I don't know what to do, you figured it out. I knew you would. See, there's the sorting process. All right, let's see that World, please. We're opening up, closing off, renewing. Show me that World, please. Show me the World, show me the World, show me the World, show me the World. The Hanged Man, Queen of Pentacles. I was wondering what you were going to do with that. It was on the tip of my tongue to say, and then I did that thing where it's like, Christina, don't put the cart before the horse, because I do that a lot because my mind jumps in many different directions at one time. I've been doing this a long time. That's why. And I was on the tip, and I was like, just don't. And I say, I wonder what you're going to do with this portion over here. You don't know yet. And actually, I'm in agreement with this too, as well for you. I really like that when you get on the same page with you, your courses of action fall in place. So you are doing the opposite of fragmentation. You are doing high levels of consolidation, actions and thoughts and feelings, etc., that you know are correct for you. So I like your opening, difficult as that was. Good on you. But I also told you this is going to take a minute. You recognize this as well. And I was like, all right, what are you going to do though with that foundation, the one that bothers you? The one you can't feel in touch with. It's like, is this as good as it gets? That kind, right? And I know you didn't mean for, nobody intends for their foundation to turn out that way. It takes time for that to happen, and then the recognition of it, which is where you are. So I didn't expect immediate results. And so we're jumping over here to the World. What are we doing with that foundation? 10 of Pentacles, because it came up again. The Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles. You're saying, I don't know. that needs more insight. This you're showing me high levels of confidence about, based again on experience. You have a lot of experience in you. And I can tell that you, if you don't have a lot of earth in your chart, it's your tendency for the practical nature of things. Your lover's connection wasn't so practical, and that's one of the reasons why it hit you so damn hard. Is because it seems to be completely different than the outer world to which you were accustomed to. Okay? You're addressing that, as we talked about. Good job. I like your approach too. It makes sense to me. All right. But the world here, going back to that foundation, what do I do with it? You're like, I trust myself to get back to that and answer that question in due course. So that King and Queen of Pentacles, pulling rank on that Ten of Pentacles, right? The world. That's saying, I recognize something needs to be done, shifted, or changed in my foundation. However, with a steady hand and experience behind me, I need to give it more perspective, because otherwise I'm just changing for the sake of it. And that's going to get us nowhere. So we don't want change for the sake of it, unless, of course, we understand something's wrong. And you're telling me I understand something's wrong? And how I deal with that, we'll get back to that at a later date. Looking at that foundation, what constitutes stability? Is it anti-stability? Particularly those pieces where you can't find yourself in it, love of it, or strength of self, as the Hierophant would suggest. Why it's here, and you don't necessarily find yourself emotionally or spiritually committed to this. Those are the parts that you will be looking at later. What stays, what goes, and what is ongoing or renews. The world represents any and all those things, particularly as it relates to something as complex as the foundation. So as I say, what are you going to do with that part, though? You're like, hey, that's a FYI, Christina. For FYI, for your information, I don't know yet. I don't know. So not only is it FYI, it's TBC, to be continued. Okay. I actually like this part. You got that part sorted out. I like that. I like how you're taking action towards it. Like I said, you are consolidated with you. I like this. I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but you will in due course when you literally take step towards it. Wanting to know if we can get on the same page with it. Sense of justice, how to balance it, if nothing else. Strength, justice. I love this. I don't know what that looks like, guys. I don't know. But good on you. I love that. Look at that. It feels right because it is right. There's the action. There's the intent. I like it. I do. Okay. I don't know if I will tune in to the same group of Sagittarius for April, but I hope I do. I'd like to see what happens next in your journey. I do. Your foundation's interesting. I agree with your conclusion. You're going to be assessing particular parts in your foundation if they still work for you. And do they meet you personally where you are in this life? Okay? Okay. Oh. Woodwives, adaptability. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, adaptability. I like that. I like that. Adaptability. Adapt into this particular situation as you learn more about it, making progress towards it, and being adaptable to this. Yeah. Showing adaptability, growth, change. It just needs a different approach. The covenant, the contract, the sacred contract. Oh, I have no doubt of that. By the way, 64, number 7, the Hierophant energy. Oh no, you take your contracts very seriously. Remember, contracts work both ways. You put your name on it for a reason. That contract you signed for this foundation, where your Hierophant keeps showing up in terms of taking this seriously, but there are pieces I must admit I don't understand, and if it's my contract, if it's my covenant, if it's my commitment, if it's my agreement, I should probably have more insight about why I feel the way I do towards it, and why do I often find it disappointing. You need to go back and re-examine that contract. What does it mean to you now? And what did it mean to you before? And does it still meet the same criteria? Because then that means that contract needs to change. Okay? Okay. The farther gate. That's bold step forward. That's what I'm saying. Number 55. The farther gate. I always like that. I like that because it says you've gotten to a certain point. You've approached the gate. You got close enough to the gate to see what's on the other side of it now. And you should have a clear view from your timeline on the gate about whether or not to proceed. So, bold step forward. Okay? You approach the gate over here, I believe, with a strong connection, this soulmate energy. And having approached the gate close enough, what it means to you, you assess for yourself how to get on the other side of it and if you should. I've seen your answer, and I agree with it. Number 61, whale song, resonating. Yeah, I know. There's something about that here, isn't there? Right? You two do resonate at a very high frequency, I have no doubt. Time aside, disconnectivity aside, the confusion aside, like I said, soulmates have a tendency to resonate at a higher frequency. It doesn't mean it's easily understood, but I promise you this, it's a hell of a lot more strongly felt. Okay. The family room, number 21. I know. That's come up under question and a commitment to it. The family room here, I'm saying that as related back to your Ten of Pentacles. The oracles, guys, you must remember they're little bridges between the main story. They require some flexibility, okay? But yeah, the family room, Ten of Pentacles, commitment. What does that mean? The family life, stork, number 17. Bad health. Is what we have in play, is it good for you? Does it thrive? Does it feel like a cohesive unit? Does it feel like whoever's in there with you in terms of that family room? Does it feel like a healthy, connected, family-oriented way of life, if that's what you signed up for? Or is it unhealthy? Is it not giving? Is it not loving? Is it not supportive? That kind of thing. Something to think about. Okay, and that number reference was, again, 25, 21, 31, and 17. Sag, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.